Hello, good afternoon. My name is Ron Borden. I'm with Southern State Community College in the class of Social Marketing Media. I've invited Mr. Jeff Thompson today to a little interview to find out a little bit more. We're trying to attract students into this new field of study that we have here at Southern State. And it's, I think it's a great opportunity for the way things are going nowadays with the social media. So we have some questions. Mr. Thompson, if you would please introduce yourself.
Okay. My name is Jeff Tummelson. I'm an instructor for the business and economics departments here at Southern State Community College.
And again, thank you.
One of the instructors as well for the social media marketing class.
First question I have today would be, how will taking the social media help me with my small business?
With a small business is a unique part of our economy, actually. Small businesses are what makes our economy grow. And for that small business to work and to be effective, social media can be it can provide them with a plethora of information, not only about the customer, but it can also provide the customer with information about the business. So it works both ways. It can actually help the business and it can actually help the customer to have a good relationship.
And I think along the same lines is if someone that's thinking, let's say a student that's in the school today and they're thinking of taking the entrepreneur program and probably along just the answer, you probably just answered that question in regards to for them to how would you feel about, their class to help them with business.
Right. As of right now, it's not actually a requirement of the entrepreneurship program, but probably the entrepreneurship program is one of the programs that social media marketing would be an excellent course for them to take. It's only going to help them to improve their business.
Great. Thank you. Now, can this new type of marketing, can it be profitable?
Can it be profitable? Profitability for advertising in general is difficult to measure. In today's day and age, you have certain companies like Kroger where you have your Plus card. They are actually tracking data to get information as to how they're using their marketing, which marketing ploy or tactic is working and which one is not working. With social media, it becomes even more difficult. How do they track your social media? Let's say you are a customer of Kroger. How does Kroger know that you like Kroger, going and shopping at Kroger? What they try to get people to do is to like them on Facebook, okay? Using that social media, you have to be able to measure it. If you can't measure that, what the customer is doing, then social media is not doing your company any good. So when you actually go to a CEO or to a supervisor and you want them to, they're going to ask you, why do I want to invest in social media? If you can't provide them with dollars or profit, they're not going to go for it. So that's probably the most difficult thing, is proving to your supervisor why it is important. We as consumers and users of social media, we know that it is important, but how do I prove it? So that's where I have to go through and use these measurement techniques to figure out how I can prove it to my supervisors to make sure that we are providing a profit. Traditionally, consumers would use coupons. So if I've sent out, as a company, I've sent out coupons and my consumers turn those coupons in, I know how many people are actually using, say, the newspapers or the coupons. So there's a measurable effect with coupons. That would be the traditional style. With social media, as I mentioned, it becomes a little more difficult.
Thank you. That answered quite a few questions there. I think all of those, one of the questions I was going to ask you is one of the important lessons, but there's not just one. They're all important.
Yeah, they're all important.
Just went over being able to use social media to find out what, I guess, your consumer base, your target audience that you have, of what exactly their desires for.
Right. And
then to place that on social media to build within them a trust so that you can do those.
Right. Which, is a little bit non-measurable when we talk about profitability. It's it's not always about getting that extra dollar or that extra profit. It's about maintaining or keeping a customer. So if we're using social media to keep our customers happy, they're going to continually come back. Rather than lose the customer that gets upset, they post that on social media, and then it just, it could become viral, and then we would lose all kinds of customers. So, it's not always as measurable as we think it is.
Okay. Well, I thank you. That concludes the questions that I have for you today.
Thank you.
Anything that you'd like to add? I mean, to me, I've been real happy with the class.
Good.
Myself, when I came in here, I didn't know anything about it. That's why I looked at it as a challenge to at least learn what social media was all about.
Right.
And it, just in that aspect alone, it's opened my eyes quite a bit.
Right.
So,
Even some of the most tech-savvy individuals or students that we have, are amazed at some of the information that you can gain from social media and some of the things that you can actually do with it. And as I mentioned before, with the entrepreneurship program, I think it is vital that the entrepreneur students take the social media marketing. It's just going to help their business grow.
and I thank you, sir.